Well, we always say with comics, nobody stays dead very long, and it turns out Ms. Marvel might have just set the land speed record for returning back to life. Let's take a couple minutes to talk about the new Ms. Marvel series, and how the new series will be penned by Ms. Marvel herself, Iman Vellani. Well, if you've been following Marvel Comics recently, you know that Kamala Khan has recently sacrificed her life to save the entire universe in Amazing Spider-Man number 26. Now, as long-term fans of comics, we know nobody stays dead, and now it appears the character is setting a new land speed record returning to Marvel Comics. But this time, there's some pretty big changes, and it really is interestingly aligning with the MCU series. Now, the biggest piece of news that I see here is that Ms. Marvel star Iman Vellani is actually going to co-pen the series, which, given her enthusiasm for the character, I really like, and it's kind of a bold move from Marvel since she's never worked on any kind of writing work before. Now, Vellani will pen the series with writer Sabir Pirzada, with the artwork done by Carlos Gomez, Adam Gorham, and Sarah Pichelli, who will provide some of the covers, which we actually have a little bit of a tease of now. Check it out. Now, the big thing I take away from the cover is that X-Men uniform, and if you look at the title of the new series, it's actually called Ms. Marvel, the New Mutant, which, if you watch the television series, you know is a major change for the character. Now, Vellani has had a lot to say about the upcoming series, and in an interview with Entertainment Weekly, she dove headlong into the series and the changes to the character that are manifesting in the comics. This is what she had to say. "This was way scarier than joining the MCU for me. Those projects feel like they live in their own dimension, so I guess I can separate myself easier. But you can hold a comic book. I've never written anything before in my entire life, but I've read many comics, so I just wrote what I would want to read. I was given a very professional tool to write what is essentially my own fan fiction." Now, she did go on to insist that despite the title, this new comic is not, I repeat, not going to retcon Kamala Khan's Inhuman history. As many of you know, it was revealed she was a mutant in the MCU Disney Plus series, and that caused some backlash with some fans, so the title of the new series could be a bit triggering, but I think she's put those concerns to rest. She actually said, "I want to make it very clear that we are not retconning her Inhuman origin. That's part of Kamala's identity that Marvel Editorial and myself would very much like to keep and protect. Our book will absolutely reflect all those core themes of identity that Ms. Marvel Comics have consistently explored. Only now, there's a whole new label that Kamala has to learn to accept. It's going to be pretty crazy." Now, this seems to me like a pretty big effort to align the MCU and the Marvel Comics universe a bit closer. Honestly, the Ms. Marvel series was really well done, and although some fans may not have liked it, it connected with a lot of new fans, and Iman Vellani is absolutely infectious as a character, and for me has pretty much become another teenage Peter Parker-like character in the MCU that is borderline indispensable. I'm really hoping that sass and pizzazz that she brings to the screen shows up in the comic. Kamala Khan has already proven herself to be one of Marvel's great heroes by sacrificing herself in Spider-Man, and her returning in her own new series, well, hopefully we get a lot more of that. But we're gonna have to wait and see.